I've been following, and it's very, very disturbing since the so-called autopsy report was was read. Uh, it's, uh, I think a lot of people were disappointed, and rightly so. But I don't really have the details of the autopsy. But from what I've been able to gather online, it seems the autopsy concluded that the cause of death is uncertain. But I don't know if the pathologist actually did, uh, how will I put it, actually made mention everything about um, the morphology, which is the physical characteristics of Mobad. Because for me, I feel most people are being carried away by the word autopsy and how they should go about it or how they actually went about it. People are focusing about the viscerals, the organs, and all those things. And though the cause of death, I feel might not be entirely have anything to do with whatever he has consumed that will constitute part of his body fluid or has affected his kidney or his liver and the rest. There's high tendency probability that he was probably maybe nipped or stabbed, if you want to say so, instead of and focusing on just the body fluids might not necessarily give us what we are looking for. So I was expecting maybe the pathologist will say, will give a kind of report that will detail the physical properties of Mohbad, such that we say when we saw the body from the head was shaved completely, and a quick view of his face. He got two tribal mark. He got one tribal mark here. He got this here. And we moved to the back of his head. We saw this. There's a folding this. We moved to the his ears. There's this and this. And we moved down to the neck. There's a bit laceration on his neck. There's a this, on his that, and his that. Then it should go for in a what the medical people will call cephalocaudal approach, which means from the head to the tail or from the head to the legs. Do a physical feature highlights of mobile. Now, I feel the pathologist should have done that. I don't know if he actually did. If he didn't, then there is something missing. There's a foul play there, because people may be focusing their attention on just he took a sample of the kidney, he took a sample of the liver, he went to the brain, and at the end of the day, it's a cause of they saw paracetamol in his liver or in his kidney. They saw this and saw that, and finally, the cause of death is uncertain. Now, that for me may be correct, because there's high probability that Mohbad wasn't drunk. There's high probability that Mohbad was alert and active before his demise. So it's important that people should not just focus on that. People should focus more on the physical properties and looking at the body cephalocaudal approach from the head to the toe, move from the scalp. His head shaved. Why was it shaved? Any mark on his head, even while shaving, any laceration, any blister from the head, you move to the face. Any features, even tribal marks should be stated. Even small scratch should be stated. From the face to the back and to the neck, any small laceration, is there any nick, is there any that, to the chest, to the back, to the hands and legs, downward to the private part and down. Then before you now go inward and begin to talk about the kidney, the liver, the whatever and whatever. However, if there had been a laceration on the, say, on the neck. For me, I'm just trying to imagine that probably there was a nick somewhere in his body part that made him to have uh, uh, maybe some level of bleeding that they try to manage indoor by just mopping up, which may be the reason why Baba allegedly said he saw a duvet of blood. It could be that they were just mopping up the blood. They didn't know that it would maybe a small tiny bleeding that is regular but not gushing as that much. So they felt it's something they could manage indoor. Perhaps so they tried to manage that indoor until it became something, maybe suddenly it became very weak. They couldn't manage it anymore. That was when they started getting alarmed and creating alarm and trying to find solution. Unfortunately, they could not salvage the situation. I want to believe that is just what I'm picturing in my head. I'm not saying that was what happened. I believe that might have happened. So even if that has happened, and at the end of the day, because it's also this my thinking coincides with the earlier police report. Police had earlier, and this police report is also another thing that now we will not say is against the so-called autopsy report, because police reports had highlighted that there was profuse bleeding, that Mohbad had profusely bled. And if he had profusely bled, it coincides with the narration of Baba Mohbad that said he saw blood, duvet stained blood. And it also went in agreement with Iya Mohbad's sister that went in agreement with Baba Mohbad, and she seconded it, that said she also saw blood. And that would mean that there was some level of nip, there was level of laceration on his body that should have been identified if the pathologist had done justice to the morphological examination, which is the examining the body in a cephalocaudal approach from the head to the toe. And the pathologist should have mentioned the status of his scalp, like I said, the status of his face, including tribal marks, including any form of scars, lacerations, tissues, down to his ear, the pinna, and down to the eyelashes and eyebrow. If he got beard, the pathologist should mention that he had beard, he had this, he had that, down to his neck. Everything needs to be examined. I don't know, and sometimes it might require them to have even a form of CT scan to pick some maybe minor fracture, or maybe some soft tissue injuries that he must have sustained that ordinary eyes might not be able to pick. They should have do a thorough CT scan, and perhaps they can even do an MRI, and this will provide detailed images of both physical, outer and internal structures, and to be useful for identifying trauma, even identifying bleeding, hemorrhages, or even tumor. If there's a tumor somewhere, perhaps maybe he died naturally, maybe he had a known tumor that got ruptured or something. So it is important that we see this. Everyone should know that the so-called report is, I want to just, I don't know the kind of adjective to use for it, but I believe that is a kind of sham there, because it did not go in agreement with every of the report that has been out there. It does not work in tandem with the police report. Police had earlier talked about profuse bleeding. Then the report did not highlight anything about bleeding. Are we saying the police did a very, very awful job? The answer is no, because the Baba Mohbad highlighted blood, Iya Mohbad sisters highlighted blood, and Wunmi herself agreed that there were blood, but what she didn't agree to was that the blood wasn't as much as emphasized or stated by those people who said they saw blood. So it means that there was an what we call hemorrhage. So the pathologist should have at least made an inference to an hemorrhagic situation. But there was nothing about no bleeding, cause of death just uncertain. That is sham. And the pathologist went to further to say the body had started whatever. For God's sake, what's the essence of an autopsy if not to determine the cause of death? Even if someone died many, maybe several months ago, it's still very, very possible to know the cause of death or to have a glimpse into what had happened. So I feel there's more to be done, and I feel it is important that people should not be too much analytical about what about the team that is helping this man to fight this cause. I feel people should focus more about really helping him by say, because in this case now he needs a lot of money to fight these unknown warriors, because this man is fighting unknown people. He's not fighting Wunmi, he's fighting unknown people, and these people are there because they know that if the cause of death is known, there's every possibility for this thing to stain them as a people or as a person. So they are pulling our efforts behind everything possible that would not make the cause of death to be known, because this man that went just like that is not a computer that will just shut down without cause. Even a computer that is shut down without cause, if you troubleshoot it, if you do analyze it, you will still know that certain things, maybe a cable is bad, you will still know, not to talk of human being, a young boy of that matter. There should be the cause of death. There should be the cause of death. So I feel people should support this man with finance majorly, because what he needs, it's not easy to fight a seemingly institution. Let me put it that way. It's not easy to fight seemingly institution. You need a lot of finance to do that. You need a lot of finance to go extra mile. So if we sit down and keep criticizing about the team not doing what they should do, believe me, this team are doing what you are thinking they should do. But oftentimes, they are being limited by one, finance, two, system. System has a way of delaying everything they want to do. Say, for instance, there have been application for independent autopsy and toxicology for some time now, but it's yet to be entertained, not to talk of being permitted. So the system has a way of bringing them, slowing them down. So they need all the motivations and morals of the public to unravel the cause of death of this young man, and this will help the wife also, because for me, I'm not one of those people that will just go outrightly to say that the wife is the cause of his death. Excuse me for that. I'm not one of those people that will say the wife or the so person is the cause. But I'm one of those people that will say, leave no stone unturned. So in that instance, the very first person I would want them to be interrogating every day and night is the wife. You cannot be living with your husband and you are still unable to say that this was what happened. you slept together that same night, you can still say that night he was going to the bathroom and he sneaked or he slept on the floor, he hit his head and he had a bleed and he developed bleeding in his ear, and that result of ear infection that was initially spread around until it was debunked by people, reasonable people. So it still baffles me that at this time, over 8 months, the wife still hasn't been able to say, this is what happened. This is what happened. And they've been beating around the bush, making all sorts of narrations that are unnecessary. Wunmi threw this in this, Wunmi do this, that. Baba Mohbad did this and that, and this and that. Baba Mohbad want to get the wealth and the money. All those ones are distractions. Baba Mohbad want to get access to YouTube channel. You want to have access to this. You want to... All those are distractions. What we want to know is what killed Mohbad, what took his life. And the very first person that should be responsible for this narration is his wife. She should come out and tell the whole world what happened. It is very, very important that she says so. What happened that night? What happened the day before? What happened? What has transpired between both of you? And the friends have narrated things that you can add together and it will become a whole, it will become one. If you listen to the accounts of that guy called Spending, if you listen to the account of the guy called Prime Boy, if you marry it to the little Adura was able to say, and that of Darosha, there is a meeting point. There is a meeting point. And the meeting point is these people were the people with this guy 48 hours before his death, including the wife. And the meeting point also acknowledged the fact that there was quarrel between Mohbad and his wife. That is also something to look into. The fight continued when they get home and went as far as maybe they went physical or mistakenly the wife hit him something, he fell and whatever. Or she stabbed him or whatever. Or Mohbad hit her first or stabbed her and she retaliated, whatever. There is a meeting point. And there's a meeting point where two or more people have been trying to question the paternity of the innocent child. That ordinarily shouldn't have happened. But it happened because there is a secondary there are some secondary issues that are giving people notion to think in that manner. Primary one is the wife's inability to say what happened. If she had come out and said so things had happened, no one would be thinking if she had a motive, despite the fact that they've had a fight a day before. It would have just been a scrutiny. Okay, he fell. Okay, he did this. Okay, sorry, this happened. Okay, he developed a stomach ache. Okay, this. But up to this moment, there was no tangible narration about incidents that related to the cause of this guy's demise. This is very, very appalling and very, very disturbing. Most times when I think about it, I say, oh, I would like, is this really happening in this world? How can we have an institution? The first thing the police should have done is to detain every one of them that were in the house and invite everyone that were with him a night before. Detain them and put them in separate room, question them separately, and bring the whole reports together. You will see the loopholes there, as it's already glaring even in the social media spaces. It's very glaring that uh, this guy did not die a natural death. This guy died as a result of one thing or the other, which we are yet to unravel. Again, I'm not saying the wife killed him. I'm not saying anyone killed him. But the question I'm asking, and the whole world wants to know, is who killed him. And the very first person that should be brought forward to come and narrate story should be the wife, followed by Adua. Because Adua is said to be the biological brother of Mohbad. And he is in the premises where his beloved brother died. He should also come forward immediately after the wife and follow in tandem. This is what happens to my brother. This is what happened. This is what happened. Then we can begin to talk of Darosha, which is almost coming close to be a brother. Then before you can now be talking about Spending and Prime Boy, those ones are just accomplices. In fact, those two people, the woman, Cynthia and Adua, they are the primary people that should be detained. They should be detained. They should give account of what happened to their beloved one. He cannot just die like that, like a fowl. A human being, he had blood running through him. He had visions and ambitions that is yet to finish and accomplish. And somebody somewhere just come out from nowhere and just to take this guy off. This should not happen in any sane or civilized country. It cannot happen. How can you just say someone? It's annoying that no one can say this is what happened. It's very, very annoying and disturbing. No one can say this is what happened. Now the father was left alone. In fact, the places that touches me most was when narrating the story, when the father had to go to police station and was rejected, went to mortuary, carrying the corpse of his own son around, was rejected in mortuary. He had to now walk from that place down to Ikorodu when the ambulance could no longer continue with the agreement because the agreement was to take them to just mortuary. Imagine a father or a mother taking the corpse of his own child, moving it around, begging, help me. This is my son. Help me. We need to do this. And he was rejected all through that journey. That is an everlasting trauma. That man can never come out of it throughout his life. That is a permanent mark on his heart. He will never come out of it. I'm not cursing him, but he will never come out of that trauma. He carried his own child and was moving from pillar to post, begging, please help me. And no one could come to his rescue. In the heart of the city, under the fading light, a father walks alone through the endless night, bearing the weight of love, a burden so heavy. For the son he raised in a world that is so unsteady. Oh man, let the tears fall like rain. Let the tears fall like rain for the love lost and the pain. We all call for justice now. In this journey, I think we all should stand tall. Not for vendetta for anyone. Like I said, I'm not pinning anyone, but everyone is a suspect. In his journey to stand tall, mothers will always hold children tightly. Unfortunately, this guy did not have one that could even lift his finger or hold his finger. Mothers will be there every tough and stormy night. Man, a voice silenced too soon, Mohbad. A melody undone. His dream scattered far under the setting sun. Dream wasted. Single-handedly, he fought to give life a meaning. In the echoes of his sleep, in his steps, hope, it keeps gleaming, thinking tomorrow will be good, will be better, having a dream. His mother and father a mansion. Oh, let the tears fall like a rain. For the love lost and the pain. Hear the echoes of justice we call, man. In the quest to right the wrong, fathers will always teach their sons to stand, to speak up boldly, to be ground, to be strong and firm. I don't know if Mohbad was taught this. I don't know. I do not want to blame the death. But I don't know if Mohbad was taught how to stand firm like a father and be bold and stand on his feet. He suffered. In every tear that falls, there is a story untold. A story of love, of loss, of the hearts that hold. Let's weave the lessons. To be tough, to be strong, to fight the good fight. That is the lesson. To be tough, to be strong, to fight the good fight. Always approach each day as though you are going into a battle and be ready to fight. The guy suffered. In every tear that falls, there is a story untold. In the silence of the night, his voice echoes clearly. Justice for my son, for the one I hold dear. A plea for the future so no more tears are shed. For the sons and daughters, let's speak up instead. Let's speak up, not for today, but for the cause and for justice and for tomorrow. Oh, let the tears fall like a rain. For the love found in the plain, hear the echoes of justice call. One father, Mr. Aloba. For us all, one father. Let's bind the wounds. Let's light the dark. Maybe with a song if we can. A hopeful spark if we can. In this echo of justice, in the whisper of night, let's stand together in the fight for what is right. For every lost dream, for every silent plea, let's be the change. Let's set our spirit free. Justice for Mohbad. It is a game. It is going to be a marathon. And I think it should be no retreat, no surrender. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yes, that was a very great word from you. May God continue to keep you and continue to enlarge your coast. You are a man that is full of wisdom. You're a man of so much intelligence. God bless you. I can't imagine what Babaloba is passing through personally himself. What that man is passing through, I don't know. It's funny. Sorry. Ajoke, baby. Oh yeah, your turn. Ajoke. Ajoke, are you there? Ajoke? Oh, I beg, speak, please.
I'm too emotional now. If I speak now, it just tears. All we need is just support. Let's continue. We should not back up. That man has gone a very long way. It is not easy for a man, not a woman. Upon all, they are still abusing him, passing abuse, insults on him. Look at the woman's sister coming out to apologize after the kid has done. He's asking for apology, begging him to forgive him. Begging him to forgive him. Will she come out to come and re-expose, to come and say exactly what happened to Mohbad? The answer is no. It's just story. It's done too bad. It's too bad. All what we need is we just need prayer. We should just be backing this man up with prayers. We just be backing him with prayers. It's not easy. Look, for how many months now this man has been in pains. I pray that man should not give up. I'm speechless. All what we need to do is to support him. Both prayer, financing, and all. That is
Yeah,
only
that
what we
reminds me.
need.
Please, everyone, please. Let's continue to support the GoFundMe. Please.
Let's support. That's the only
Let's
thing.
continue to
That's
support
the
the
only thing.
GoFundMe, no matter how little. If you
Okay,
don't,
look at.
if you are not in
Okay,
America,
look at what they were saying, that the man is wearing his son clothes. Does it mean that the clothes that the son bought for him when he was still alive, that man cannot wear the clothes? When this man drink water, they say he's drinking Mohbad's water. He's wearing mobile shoe, wearing mobile shirt. Is anything wrong? Then if my children, my son or my daughter bought something for me, I don't pray for bad thing. What will happen? What will happen? It's just prayers we need. Just prayers. That's the only thing we need. We should support him. Support him so that he'll be able to stand. That's all I have to say. Oh.
Mr. Swift, if I know say you go come make me cry like this, I beg, and for no bring you up. May God continue to keep you for me. May God continue to bless you. Swift, I'm telling you, it's you I'm praying for. You have so much. You are so much. You are so full of wisdom. Thank you very much. And I hope you have Baba number. You can be calling him and be giving him all these words of encouragement. Encourage him the more, please. We need people like you around Baba that can talk to him, make him realize he can fight more, he can do better. You understand? Please try get his contact. Call him, talk to him. He's a very good person. He's a simple person. He's a very simple person. Please, Swift. Please, you can contact Andy or Gurex and get his number, please, and call him. He needs people like you to keep the spirit moving. I can't imagine what that man is passing through at this point. Yeah, I can imagine. Please. Are you with me, Swift? The Swift, are you here? The Swift, are you here? Is anyone hearing me?
You say what? I can hear you.
Okay, good. I said, please, you need to look for Baba's contacts. You can contact Gurex or Mr. Andy. Please, they will give you Baba's contact. You get, you understand? Please, he needs people like you that can be motivating him, giving him words of encouragement that will keep him moving. You understand me? Or you can chat me later after the show, please. Are you with me? Sweet, are you here?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. I can hear
Please, it's
you.
very important. You do it for
Um,
the sake of Mobad. People like Baba
just
needs you.
that,
Baba needs people like you around. Please, so you
just
can be
that,
talking to him. Like once
to
in a
relate.
while, you can call him and talk to him.
Yeah, to relate with a person like Baba may be difficult. People try to shield him from the public because they don't know who is who, and it may be not easy to get his contact. If I had his contact, I will probably make it every week. I'm not sure I call him, boost in spirit, because this is a very big fight that every reasonable human being should fight. Like I said, it's not a fight of Baba Mobad against Cynthia. It is a fight to unravel the cause of the death of his beloved son. So people should not make it like it's a kind of match that we're trying to see who to defeat who. In this case, we want to defeat those who are hiding in the dark, trying to shield people from knowing the truth. So it's a case of fighting for justice. Like I said, what has happened had already put a permanent mark in the heart of this man. He will never forget what has happened to him. And if care is not taken, if it's not properly managed, it may also be uh, a secondary cause for his own death. Sorry to say, because it's going to hold him deep and he will never come out of it. Only, only if justice is served. Only if he got to know or have a glimpse of what actually led to the death of his beloved son. That is when he can have a subtle relief. Otherwise, he will remain in pain, and he needs people to continue to support him, encourage him, motivate him, and the kind of support he needs is not a support where people try to say who is doing better, who is doing that better. That is further making him to moving close to his own heart attack. What he needs is financial support and words of wisdom, words of encouragement, because he already have team that are working with him and for him. Believe me, the everything people are saying in the public, I don't know the team, but I'm 100% sure that they are working towards it. Just that these people are fighting unknown people, backed by institutions that they cannot just push away. So it takes time to unravel this thing. It's going to be a marathon and we will eventually get there. We just need to keep on pushing and keep on pushing. So, like I said, if I had my mobile contacts, every blessed week, I'm going to be in push, in new wine, in daily water. He needs to keep the fire burning and keep hope alive. He will get there and we will all get this justice.
I will take permission from him by texting him after the show. And if he consent, please text and message me. Okay, I will send it to
That's
you.
fine. Yeah, that's fine. I will message you if you can.
Yes, but I will have to talk to him first. I will chat him. If he's agreed, fine.
Yeah,
I will
if you
send
are
him.
good, fine. And
Yeah,
I think,
please message me after the event, please.
yeah,
Lizzie, you're welcome to the show. Lizzie, Twinsy,
I'm here.
Quincy, you know there?
I'm here. Now my sorry, there was water on my hand. Good morning, everyone.
Oh,
Um, now we need solution to our problem because we already know since after this inquest, the last inquest, when they told us the wrong result. So now we are knowing we are fighting with the government. We need a lot of instruments, not only money. We need to strategize. Since we are fighting with the government, what is the government, what is their working point? About said, yeah, everybody said it. Since we are fighting with the government, we need to use their weakening point on them. And what is the weakening point? We need a lot of media house. We need a lot of media house who can make us go viral, who can make this justice go viral. The only weapon we can use to defeat the government is a media house. When it goes viral, when other shiners both abroad and Nigeria, when they pick up the matter, trust me, our government is going to do something serious, something we want them to do. But if we are still on this our TikTok, lamenting, coming back every day to analyze, no action, they will be taking us for granted. If they are not taking us for granted, why will what's it called? Miss Falano, before the inquest, she even went there and told the judge to cancel all media house. Why? Because they know if the media house should carry whatever they want to tell us, there will be problem. So now we need that media house, not only money. We need to strategize. We need whatever would make us go viral. Whatever will make the government to hear our cry, to let them know we are watching you. We cannot be coming here every day to analyze Wunmi or no action. Baba needs a conference. He needs to speak. He needs to challenge the government. I don't trust. I will never take that result you brought here. He needs to challenge them. Since you guys are the host, Mommy Ayinka,